This is Kardec Radio bringing to you the book Among Brothers of Other Lands, written by several spirit authors and psychographed by Chico Xavier and Waldo Vieira. This partial audio recording will cover Chapter 16, Interview in New York. Enjoy. Chapter 16, Interview in New York, by Brother X. Night fell after the long sunset. Walking in Central Park in New York, I surprisingly met a spiritual friend of serene and sweet looks among the discarnated workers that were resting after the day. "Do you know him?" asked Serpa, a friend that accompanied me on that short excursion, and prodding my curiosity. "That is Horace Greeley, an observer of Spiritism in America." I could not soften the effective impulse that called me to him, and I approached him. "Horace Greeley?" I inquired emotionally, while mobilizing my terrible English that I have been recently practicing. "Yes, I am here to serve you." Realizing my difficulties in the rehearsal of treatment, he himself untangled me. "Call me brother. We are companions of the journey. We have already overcome the old patterns of prejudice." Our dialogue was clear and simple. "My friend," I restarted, "I have frequently visited the United States, along with Frederico Figner, an old worker of Spiritism in Brazil, who tells me often about your apostleship. Similar trips acquired a tone of routine for me. However, now we accompany friends from Brazil in this spiritual endeavor for a fraternal encounter with the North American people. And I would like to listen to something from you. How can I help you? Would it be inconvenient to ask you about the Spiritist movement in your country?" "No problem at all. The new revelation, which became known among ourselves as the modern spiritualism, faces courageously here the obstacles that materialism imposes on us in the present century, and it is building up its praiseworthy and missionary work. Sir, do you believe that it is equipped with all the resources that are needed to overcome the obstacles of our times? No. I should not overestimate our capacity of conception and action. The attachment to the phenomena determined the appearance of barriers that we did not count on. The hunger for demonstrations for the physical eyes, in a way, left the vision of the soul on the side. We make it happen, and we continue to make excellent constructions in the scientific field in order to patent the survival of the soul. However, we forget that the moral edification demands the same force of service and persuasion. That happens probably because we detain ourselves with the unilateral side of the problem. But spiritualism in North America is fed by the sap of Christianity. No doubt. It is necessary to stress, however, that we have given too much emphasis to the static Christianity and the belief that appreciates Jesus as an external Savior, without admitting him in the condition of master of our soul, with instructions and disciplines for the inner world. We lack the deep clarifications of Allan Kardec which are capable of inducing us to the rational faith and the acceptance of the gospel of Jesus as a system of renewal and improvement of the individual field. This means that you, sir, have studied about the Spiritist codification? Well, why not? Do you think that the Kardecian codification is inexpugnable? In the essence of the teachings that it bears, it stands as incorruptible directions and guidelines for life itself. But on the surface that the words bring about, it is natural that it suffers reviews over time as any other human construction on earth, despite its respectability. Anyhow, you, our Latin brothers, owe Allan Kardec unimaginable benefits on the moral plane, mainly because he was faithful to the spirit instructors that coordinated his work. He presented it as their doctrine of universal character in the revival of the gospel of Christ. We, Anglo-Saxon colleagues, highlight 2 points of fundamental importance that Allan Kardec did not neglect in favor of humankind: the binding of Spiritism to the dynamic Christianity and the obligation of free mediumship. Dynamic Christianity is a school of guidance that interferes in the processes of conscience, awakening each individual to the responsibility of living. And free mediumship is the only means to secure a free manifestation of the spiritual world. Sir, what do you think about paid mediumship? Greeley smiled in a pause that seemed that he was reflecting upon the delicate issue that our question raised, and frankly considered, "We cannot forget that in the English language we have had abnegated mediums at all times. They had given everything to the cause of truth without any monetary reward. On their side, many others had the need for the material support for the service that they were called upon. However, we are forced to recognize that mediumship must be free, or the new revelation will be suppressed or impaired by inferior or exclusivist interests. We know that you, sir, met the Fox sisters." "Absolutely. Would you like to add any consideration regarding their history?" "No. As any pioneer of progress, they experienced the vicissitudes of the terrestrial climate in which they lived. It will not either be licit to recognize their characteristics or reproach their weaknesses. They were like us, human beings, living between the attractions of the shadows and the demands of the light." I felt as if my survey was becoming a long inquiry. Then I summarized, "Sir, do you have any suggestion for us, your Brazilian siblings? As much as possible, let us cultivate the efforts of reciprocal approach. Let us learn and serve together. Let us know each other. Let us exchange studies and conclusions. Evolution is a work of spirits who are united." I focused my attention with tenderness onto the founder of the Herald Tribune and finished, "We are extremely satisfied. We are very grateful for your sincere and persuasive word. We have in you one of the highest glories of the American journalism, and it will not be fair to forget that New York honors your memory with a statue in the Greeley Square." The interviewer, however, stopped my observation, affirming, "Do not say that. I am simply a conscious spirit trying to fulfill my duty." And he added, smiling, "If you believe in the existence of human glories, when you pass by Greeley Square and the referred statue, observe that the dust and doves do not believe in that." Afterwards, Horace Greeley said expressions of friendship and blessings that moved me. He moved away quickly as someone who was going on to urgent duties under the gray night. New York, USA, July 12, 1965,